Hey YouTube, today we're going to do review on my Tokyo Marui M727 Colt Carbine. This originally was a Colt M733 Commando by Tokyo Marui. I have converted it to a M727 Carbine. It is going to be a 723, and the only difference is it has the 723 has the A1 upper, the 727 has the A2 upper, as you see here. I have to source a 3D printed one from Russia. That's the only one I could find right now. I'm going to make this obviously a 723 carbine for my 1993 Delta Force impression. Put a lot of love in this one. As you can see, added some things. Obviously they're not stock. So I'll just go over the basic review on the rifle first and tell you what sort of modifications and things I've done to it. So the stock is the typical CAR 15 stock. It is 4 positions. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got the, of course, metal buffer tube. Got a plastic upper and lower receiver. Metal trigger guard. Metal trigger. Got the, as you can see, some of the original engravings from Tokyo Marui, which some of it has been burned off by customs, but you can see what's left of it a little bit if you look closely. The A2 style rear sight. It is adjustable for windage and elevation. So this is perfect for a Ranger setup, but Deltas didn't use the 727, they've only used the 723s. This side we got a plastic forward assist, which is, the spring broke inside. The tab that holds the spring inside broke, so I just leave it like this, and you're not gonna see it right away. It's kind of hidden, well hidden in there. Metal selector switch, as you've seen. Metal mag release. Dust covers metal. Charging handles metal. Which is stuck. It gets stuck open. I have to manually close it. Stock hop up, 2-piece plastic. Beautiful, beautiful hop up on these Tokyo Marui guns. Quite like no other I've seen. They shoot. I haven't shot this thing yet, but all the Tokyo Marui guns I've owned, they shot beautifully with the stock hop up. Stock pins, as you can see here. These ones are actually holding up pretty well. I've had problems with Tokyo Marui ARs in the past, so these things falling out, but on this gun in particular, it's holding up pretty well, I have to say. So the one thing I would replace on most occasions, but in this is an exception. This one actually holds up pretty well. Metal delta ring, of course. It's the airsoft one. It doesn't have the teeth inside like the real AR delta ring. A2 style pistol grip, as you can see right here. The only difference between the A2 and the A1, this little finger groove right here, this notch. The A1 was just straight. It's actually, you can have either or if you're doing a 90s era impression, because in that, especially during Operation Gothic Serpent, they were transitioning from the A1 style body to the A2 style body. So it's good to see, you will see a mix of both. But with, again, like Delta in particular, they only use the 723 carbine. Right now mine is going through a conversion process of becoming a 723. Right now it's a 727 Ranger carbine. We've got plastic handguards. These ones don't wobble too bad. As you can see, I have tape all over this thing. I'll explain a little bit more on that later, as we move to the video. Metal front sling mount. There's a green zip tie here, which I haven't got around to removing yet. I gotta get a pair of snips in there that's small enough to fit. Metal outer barrel. Metal flash hider. Metal front sight. And it's got like a bluing finish to it, as you can see. Sorry about my sling. See that kind of bluing finish on top of it. And what's neat is the previous owner he stuck some crayon in the front sight right there, just a small, generous amount, and it really helps when lining up the rear sight. You kind of follow that sort of, I guess, the miniature white dot. It's really, really hard to see with this camera. I'm just not getting the quite the right angle. Let me see if she can focus right there. Yeah, you can kind of see it. I have just the stock length inner barrel. Now I'll tell you what sort of external mods I've done to it. I haven't done any internal work to this gun. The previous owner did some internal work to this gun. It shoots about 350 FPS, so very ideal for CQB and mid-range engagements. So the first thing you'll see is I've added the ICS Ready Mag. This was something that Delta Force members actually did use during the Battle of Mogadishu. They would outfit some of their carbines with this. Some Rangers did this as well. And I've done a lot of research and trying to build my rifle the way it was supposed to be in Somalia of 1993. It's still a work in progress. So basically you press the magazine release on this side and it will drop both magazines and you can go between one or the other. So boom, like that. This is your empty mag, you put it in here. You put this magazine in, you're fresh, ready to go, loaded with ammo. I think it's in there. It should be in there. Now you see it's a little bit too high. It's okay. Just pull it straight down and it'll lock right into place. And you repeat that process by dumping mags and putting new mags in. And that was supposed to help with reloading. I never tested its effectiveness in battle yet. I have yet to see. Another modification you can see is I've added a barrel extension from Aim Top. This came off of Evike. You can see the difference in color right here. How there's a black, like a blue black kind of finish over here, and then right here it's a slightly different tone. It's a little more grayish black. This is a piece from the barrel extension. There's 3 pieces of it. They are counterclockwise threaded. When I had the whole thing on at first, but I didn't like it because it was too long. The outer barrel length for an M733 carbine is 11 inches, so I've added about 2.5 inches, maybe 3 inches to the overall length of the outer barrel as an extension. And it's only off by an inch. Later on I'll convert it to an M4 length barrel, which is 14.5 inches total. But for now it passes at least as a 727 Ranger carbine. And I just threw on the original birdcage flash hider that came with the gun. So at this point it's very, very passable for a 727 carbine. Just got to work on this upper. And you can see I've added tape here. This is another thing that the Rangers and the Delta Force alike did with their magazines and on their guns. I put just enough tape, as much as I needed. I know some guys, they like to tape the whole stock. You see some guys tape like the center of the stock. They'll tape around the grip. Some guys spray painted it, as you see, like with Hoop from the movie. That was also a thing they did. I just tried to keep it simple. As you can see, I've added sling mounts here. This is from 550 paracord, olive drab green. No other color but olive drab green. That's what they used in Somalia. And I've added this is the Canteen Sling that comes with the 2-quart canteen. I have another one like this. It's brand new, but I managed to get this one off eBay, and I like it. I like the age on it. It really matches the theme of the rifle, and it's very handy to. It really helps with compared to the stock sling points. It really helps with balancing the weapon and keeping it attached to your body. That's pretty much everything for this rifle at the moment. Again, I have to switch out the upper receiver for an A1 style. I can get a 3D printed one from a Russian company. I forgot the name of it. I think it was called 3D Crafts. It's just a plastic 3D printed upper with the A1 style rear sight. So once all that's done, it's pretty much a Delta carbine. And then of course later on I'll switch to 14.5-inch barrel. And one more thing I forgot to discuss about the barrel. So you can have either, or you can have what's called the pencil barrel, which mine just set up as right here, or you can have the M4 barrel where there's a indentation right here in the middle. That was for the M203 grenade launcher, which at the time they were all barrel mounted, not rail mounted like you see today. So yeah, that covers my Colt 727 Carbine by Tokyo Marui, my own little custom gun of my own. Thankfully the internals were done. Not to say that the stock Marui internals are bad or anything like that, but this is very ideal for CQB, and it shoots a little bit hotter than factory. And that's exactly how I wanted this. I wanted this to be a good contender for close quarters and mid-range sort of engagements, as well as being a very cool Delta weapon from the 90s. Alright guys, I'll catch you later.